Welcome to the NFL Draft.
The time is ticking down. The calendar is moving, and we are inching closer and closer to the 2025 NFL Draft. We are less than 4 weeks away before we find out what the Ravens are going to do in the first round and beyond of this upcoming draft. And as usual, we should not expect for the Baltimore Ravens to stray from what they normally do. They are an organization that operates like clockwork. They do what is expected. They might have a slight surprise here and there, but do not expect anything outlandish. Don't expect anything over the top coming from Eric DeCosta and these Baltimore Ravens. Now, in my first mock draft, I covered what I thought that the Ravens were going to do, picking up certain pieces to help make this roster better. But with the advent of them signing DeAndre Hopkins, getting Awuzie, this changes up things a little bit. And now for me, cornerback is not going to be a first priority. I know I said last year that they were going cornerback. In the last 2 years of the draft, they still might, don't get me wrong, because cornerback is a very important need, and we do not know if Awuzie is going to be able to stay healthy for an entire season. So cornerback could be an option, but I don't think it is a priority right now. But there are two specific positions that I think that Eric DeCosta and the Ravens are going to target when it comes to the first round of the draft, if they don't trade back to try to get more picks. Hopefully they don't try to trade back. Please, Lord, do not let this team trade back to acquire more than the 11 picks than they already have. I don't need them dropping back and finding more less talented players, guys that'll come in and be projects for years to come. I need them to get bona fide guys that can contribute to this team immediately. And there are two positions that I think that the Ravens fans really think the Ravens should go after. One is going to be pass rusher. The other is going to be safety. Now, one of these two could be addressed depending upon how the draft board falls. But to me, I don't think that is the way to go. So in this mock draft, I give you what I think the Ravens should do after the couple of free agent signings, what they should prioritize. And finally, the Ravens have drafted a hometown kid. They finally looked in their backyard and said, you know what? These guys can actually play in the league. So let me go out here and draft one of these guys. Not pick them up in free agency, not get them later on in their careers, actually get someone right now. And also, there is a former Hurricane. Excuse me. Yes, there is actually a former Miami Hurricane on this roster. Go Seminoles. So I think that I switched things up a little bit when it came to the positions of need and what I think that the Ravens are going to do. So it's going to be a mixture of need and what I think, or where I think the Ravens should go when it comes to this upcoming draft. And it is coming fast.
Pause.
But before we actually get into these picks, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you are aware when I come out with new content. Your support is greatly appreciated and is what is helping drive this channel to where it is going. Could not do this. I would not do this if it were not for you guys. And I want to say thank you and I appreciate you, and continue being great. Continue helping me be great. Let's help the Baltimore Ravens be great, and make sure to hit that button. So when it comes to the players that I selected in this mock draft, which aren't going to be many more because like I said, the draft is coming up, it is contingent what the Ravens are going to do during the rest of free agency. June 2nd is a special date when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. It is special throughout the NFL, but it is more particularly special to the Baltimore Ravens, being it is at that time you can sign any free agents that you want and you will not lose any compensatory picks. And we know how much the Ravens love their comp picks. They love just adding on guys that just aren't going to go anywhere. So when I did this draft, what I did was I skipped during the 6th and 7th round. I believe that there are 5 picks during those rounds. And I don't believe that I need to go over the Ravens drafting a water boy, a towel boy, and a future production assistant. Because history tells us they're not going to make the team and things aren't going to work out with those later round picks that we thought that they would. Unless there's a guy who was projected in the 2nd round and is injured, and the Ravens are going to jump all over that. So outside of that, whatever the Ravens are going to do after that point, that is going to be decided upon what I'm going to do for my 3rd and final mock draft. Don't think I'm going to do too many more of these because listen, there's no need to keep speculating. We just want to get to the draft to find out what the Baltimore Ravens are actually going to do. We want to know what direction they're actually going to go in. This mock draft right here, I think, is going to be more in line with what I believe the Ravens are actually going to do, really going to do, with a couple of few tweaks here and there. But I do think that this is the path of least resistance when it comes to making this roster better. I could be wrong. So without further ado, let's get into this draft.
The Baltimore Ravens select
Zabel is a technician who brings controlled violence to the game of football. The footwork, hip drive, power, and natural leverage he displayed in North Dakota State's run scheme will translate immediately to the NFL's interior. He has a great understanding of angles and timing. While he has the skill set to play tackle, he may be better served moving inside where his natural leverage and mauling mentality would really stand out. One of his greatest attributes is how he processes everything in real time. His mental acuity combined with his natural power and leverage makes him a plug-and-play guard, who could also be a backup to the center with some development. Zabel's technique is already refined enough to compete for a starting guard spot as a rookie. He has the potential to be a Pro Bowl caliber interior lineman for years to come.
The Baltimore Ravens select
Ezeiruaku is profiled as a designated pass rusher who will make his initial impact on passing downs while developing the rest of his game. His polished rush moves and natural feel for attacking tackles should translate well to the NFL. He is effective in space and can utilize his technical skills. His performance against top competition showed, but he'll need time to develop the functional strength and consistency required for every down duty in the NFL. He will likely have a specific role early on, but could develop into a 10-plus sack per year edge. His technical skill and natural movement provide an intriguing base to build upon, but expectations should be managed early as he adapts to the physical demands of the NFL game.
the Baltimore Ravens select
Phillips has the raw tools and natural ability to be a game-wrecking nose tackle in the NFL. The wrestling background shows how he uses leverage and hand placement to control blocks. He is built like a fire hydrant with explosive power, exactly what you want in a nose tackle. Phillips could be a penetrating nose who commands double teams and creates havoc. His explosive first step would be hard to stop, while his natural power at the point of attack would eat up blockers. Phillips has rare movement skills for a 300-pounder, and his ceiling is considerably high. The pass rush isn't there quite yet, but the flashes of dominance are. Once he refines his technique and processes information faster, Phillips could be one of the most physically imposing tackles in football.
the Baltimore Ravens select
Williams has raw physical talent that jumps off the tape, particularly in the vertical passing game, where his combination of size and acceleration creates constant stress on defenses. His tracking and contributing in multiple phases, which opens a multitude of creative possibilities, but he will need a clearly defined role until his route tree develops. While he might not be ready for a full route tree immediately, he has the ability to stress defenses vertically and create with the ball in his hands. The foundation is there for a dynamic offensive weapon. He just needs time and coaching to reach that ceiling.
the Baltimore Ravens select
Martinez has a punishing running style that creates maximum impact. He is a back who understands how to set up blocks and exploit defensive overcommitment, something that translates well to the NFL level. He explodes through holes and showcases an advanced understanding of timing and tempo. He has a power element that works at any level of football. Martinez can be the tone setter who punishes defenses in the fourth quarter when tackling technique deteriorates. He has a natural feel for interior rush lanes and explodes going downhill. While averaging over 6 yards per carry, Martinez paints the picture of a player with considerable upside. While he won't be the home run hitter who consistently breaks 50-plus yard runs, Martinez brings the reliability and chain-moving ability that keeps offenses going.
The Baltimore Ravens select
Williams brings ball-hawking abilities to the NFL level. His exceptional production and competitive toughness stand out more than his testing numbers suggest. He has experience across multiple coverage schemes and reveals a player who positions himself exceptionally well. His anticipation and quick trigger allow him to pounce on turnover opportunities. Williams has genuine playmaking DNA that shows up repeatedly in critical game situations. He may take time to develop as his transition mechanics and recovery capabilities could be exploited. But one thing you won't have to worry about is if the ball touches his hands, it is going to result in a turnover. His special teams background provides immediate roster utility, while his coverage skills continue developing.
All right. I hope you guys liked the selections. I hope you think that what I did would have made the Baltimore Ravens a lot better. Not saying I'm a genius, not saying I'm a guru, not saying I could be a GM in the NFL. Not at all. I just look and see what the needs are of the team, and I try to place the pieces that fit the most. I try to take guys who were productive in college and I think are the ones that can actually come in and contribute right away. Now, they may not be day one starters, but I do think they can contribute to a team. Spot duty here, learning on the go, maybe filling in for some injured players. Because truth be told, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think about opinions, I only want one thing, and that is to see the Baltimore Ravens win a Super Bowl. We may not always agree on the best way to get there. We may not agree on what's good and what's bad, but the end goal is always going to be the same. And for me, it is Lamar Jackson becoming a Super Bowl champion. Lamar Jackson becoming a multi-time Super Bowl champion. So let's not get it twisted. Whether you think that me and my crew are positive or we're negative, we tell the truth. We don't sugarcoat things, and 9.9 times out of 10, we're right about the assessments that we have of this team. And a lot of you guys just don't like it. But once again, it is a guy sitting in a chair, giving his opinion about what he thinks. Not saying it is law, not saying it is right. Just giving my opinions on what I believe. So like it or not, this is Mock Draft 2.0. Hope to see you guys next time. And go Ravens.